Crazy. Freaking nuts. All right, everyone. Good morning. If you're here with me today, I think someone's watching. I get a different screen than you guys do. So I am looking at Tesla. Looking at the biggest market leaders of all time. Bethlehem Steel, 1914, which has fairly similar characteristics to Tesla here, actually. And it's looking fairly climactic on the daily. On the weekly chart, though, I don't think it's climactic. I don't think we're done yet. Here's General Motors. And I believe it or not, I actually don't have a webcam to show you guys. Otherwise, I'd be showing you these charts. So it's actually at 880 right now. It's actually up here. It's going to gap up that big. It's going to have a monster day today. GM has a similar, but we don't even have an entry point on this one yet. So this thing is definitely due a pullback of some sort. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today, but we'll wait for some pullbacks on Tesla. What do we got here? Undercut and rally. Two undercut and rallies. So here's another one, Wright Aeronautical. One of only 3 companies that continue manufacturing aircraft engines after World War I. Had a brilliant move. Radio Corp of America. I'm just looking for exhaustive moves. Maybe in the middle of an uptrend is what I'm looking for here. This one for Shanley Distilling, 1943. Wow. This thing went from 50 cents to $100. What's up, Rob? I am Tesla. I'm in awe of Tesla right now at 877. And I have the green book, How to Make Money in Stocks. It has a model book of 100 of some of the best all-time leaders. And I'm trying to go through the model book and see if I can reference what Tesla's doing with what some of the other leaders doing. So far, I've got Bethlehem Steel as from all the way back from 1914, over 100 years ago, as a potential model stock for this one right now. A couple other potentials. Um, Here's maybe another good one. Thoicol Chemical, maker of rocket motors and rocket fuel. These all go on. All these ones with big moves in the weekly like this go on to form nice high bases at some point. So Tesla up at 880, 882. It's right where my cursor is right now. Gosh, insane. All right, Universal Controls. There's no story on what this one did, but yeah, this one has no selling coming in. This chart as well with no selling. So it had kind of a climactic run and then a couple weeks of pullback, and then it had a final top in the largest volume except for the initial volume. Market's going to open here in a little bit. We'll see what the craziness is. Universal Controls. This may just not stop. Looking at some of these model book stocks. Look at that. Bam! 14% higher. LK 9%. There you go. Am I on my global watch list? Let's go back down to the actionable list. Square's barely up today. Yesterday was a full 20%. Yeah. Yeah. This is climax top area. I mean, I actually sold yesterday. Wow. And then we just gap up overnight. Just huge. Look at that volume. I mean, that's something else. Remember I mentioned yesterday sellers at 950. I haven't been involved in too many of these, to be honest with you. I've seen them, but I haven't really been involved with them the same way I was with Tesla. From not really the bottom, but pretty damn close to way the F up here. So I took my profits yesterday. We're in climax top area. Look at this volume yesterday. It's tremendous. This volume yesterday just dwarfs anything. It's 40, 50 million. We've never seen anything like it. That's a climax top definition. Maybe this is an exhaustion gap. I'm not 100. I don't know. I don't know up here, but short it. Well, why'd you do that, Julius? Don't ever do that. My gosh. Yeah, don't talk to me before you even think about doing that. I will have talked you out of that. You don't try to short the exact top. You're never going to get it. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, you never it's like, catching a falling knife, right? We talk about that every once in a while. We don't do it too often here, but we talk about catching a falling knife. It's not good to do that. This is the same thing with catching a falling knife just in reverse. Yeah, you just don't try to be smart. That's the problem with a lot of traders. A lot of traders think they're intelligent people, and they are intelligent people, but the market's not intelligent. The market's meant and designed to rip your face off. So, it's hard to be intelligent when you're in a dogfight. Shit happens so quick. This is a dogfight. 900, woo, that's up there. We'll see, Rob. Like I'm not trying to play hero here. We just watch the market action and see what's going. Um, I don't know. Look, Tesla's story's not done by a long shot. The story's just beginning. So, I mean, really, the story's. I just took yesterday as a climactic top with insane volume and the biggest price bar of the entire move by a long shot. That is indicative of a climactic move. So if you still have it, you can sell it, and I'm not mad at you. But look at the breadth of that price bar. Let's just go back to this entire move because there hasn't been a candle like it. I mean, just look at the breadth of the candle. It's insane. And so this could just be climactic. Log do you have to take me to zero log? Even on a log scale, it's the biggest one. I won't say by a long shot, but it's a big ass candle. So there you go. Yeah, right, Justin? Morning, Eli. Yeah, Wowzer Tesla. So Tesla coming in at 880. So far, selling this morning down to 840. I'm actually looking through. And if you guys don't have this book, go to my website and buy this book through my website because I get like $1. So buy this book through my website. If you don't have it, I want your dollar. It's the green book. It's the green How to Make Money in Stocks book. In the front of this book, there's 100 of some of the all-time leading stocks in the market, and I'm going through them right now thinking of Tesla. I'm thinking of Tesla. It may not even be $1, Justin. May not even be $1. Um, but um, but yeah, I'm going through this model book with Tesla in mind because it's such an amazing and fantastic run that it just is. And I knew it was climactic when remember my wife sold Tesla, rubbing it in her face a little bit, and she just texted me back, "Oh yeah, I just bought it again." And I'm like, "No, sell it." So it's climactic when my wife got FOMO'd in. Um, yeah, I mean, it reeks of a climactic top. At the same time, I still love Tesla. I'm not a Tesla hater. Here's one, Syntex 1963. Yeah, everything was crazy in 2000. This is a slightly different situation, but the tenet that a lot of these have is that I mean, I'm looking for the very parabolic ones and the ones that remain parabolic because again, I don't think Tesla's done. Um, Generally, like we mentioned 1,000 yesterday. I don't know why I sold it. I thought about selling half, and I ended up selling all of it. So I've never been actually involved in one of these, that go from this to this in that short period of time. I've made more than that percentage in the options market, but never in just the flat stock. So it's been a unique experience for me. Um, but yeah, this right there reeks of a climax top. But then at the end of the day yesterday, the way that it behaved, I'm like, oh crap, this thing could go up. Didn't think it'd gap up another 14%. Rollins, there's another one. Oh, acquisitions of Orkins exterminating. Syntex, the new product, the pill. Syntex was on the American Stock Exchange when they listed a number of different growth stocks, whatever that means. Oh, talking about the exchange. So yeah, it has a huge run up for many, many. Yeah, see, actually, believe it or not, I do not own a webcam. My webcam broke a while back, and I never bought one again, so I don't have one. But um, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can try to look up um, these. Someone's probably got to have a version of this online that could show you the chart. Syntex. This one could be. This one could be like a Tesla. Yes. Let's see if I can Google this and get it. Oh, is this no, that's the orange book. Actually, I think this has Syntax in it. Yeah, here it is. Wow, it's such a horrible. Okay, so I'll show this to you. So here's Syntax. This is Rollins. Same damn chart as Syntax. Here you go. So here's Syntax. You see these two crazy volume candles right there? That's this top one and this top one right here. So we may be in here, and so maybe we're going to go up and then form a consolidation and then continue just to rip everyone's face off. I don't know for sure, but that this one goes from 16 to basically $100. It stalls right at the $100 mark. So people talk about, price targets of 4,000, 6,000 on Tesla. I don't think that's hyperbole. That could happen. And this took from so that base took place in September 1963, and it topped out in another 6 months. So that one went to March 64. So yeah, that was about 6 months. That's when this climax is here. Is about 6 months later. So maybe we've had a first leg. So you can see here, this one, this red line is the 10-week moving average. I'll show you that when we get to the Tesla chart. We're well above that right now in this chart and on the Tesla chart. All right. And you could argue Tesla's not exactly like the pill, but kind of similar to the pill in terms of the automotive industry. Something brand new no one's ever seen before. That's probably a nice parallel. And then so this one pulls back. This one actually says it forms a high tight flag base. I'm not sure if it actually does. 1, 2, 3. So huge earnings growth, which Tesla has right now as well. So Syntex doubled on a when issued 3-to-1 stock run up from 44 to over 90 on this chart. This became the precedent for the high tide flag in Rollins that appeared a year later. So here's Rollins, and there's your high tide flag. So this was the model for the high tide flag, apparently. That's interesting. And then so here we go on. There's a bigger cup and handle, another buy point right there. Here's another one. Look at that one. New product computers used in space programs. Another climactic top right there. This is a weekly chart, mind you. Now, we don't have a weekly chart right now. Oh, it's a Real Dash Crypto, Julius. So here's the weekly chart. And today's Tuesday. Look at this volume on the weekly chart. Crazy. By the end of the day, we're going to be equal with the previous week. This is going to be a climactic week. Maybe selling on a Monday was a bad idea. I don't know, but everyone and their grandmother's getting involved right now. We're right back here towards the highs. This is pretty crazy. Square, not up here, unfortunately. We're only up about 1%. And Square had a great day yesterday. Let's not forget Square. Up 5, actually think 6 1/3% yesterday. Just a tremendous, tremendous rally in Square yesterday. Pocket pivot. You see right there with that volume. See right there. Beautiful pocket pivot. Just kept moving all day long. Ended up here. Now we're extending up further again. Look at the NASDAQ, 1.43%. We've exceeded those prior highs right there, guys. So market's in full-fledged bull mode. Maybe selling Tesla was really stupid of me, but yeah, it's the story stock right now. I mean, everyone's just freaking going to be piling into this thing. Even that sell-off, they're taking profits. That's some profit taking right there. That's a couple million shares with profit taking. And then it just continues being bought. So until that action stops, you can see it yesterday too, right here, a couple of profit-taking opportunities. I sold on this drop-off right here. I just couldn't take it anymore. And as you can see, that was a mistake. Yeah, it's hard to know when that climax top is. Like even on this model book thing that I'm looking at right here, it says climax top, but the volume's not that high. This one's a doji, so I kind of get that one on the weekly chart for Syntex. Syntex has a doji top, but this prior one, Universal whatever, did not have a controls. Universal controls. It says climax top, but it was pretty high volume, but you could argue this is going to be the week for Tesla that it climax tops. It's just the volume's just too insane. So there's almost 900 now. And once we go to 900, we're going to rally to 1,000 really quick. I don't know. maybe 12, 1500 in this thing if it continues going the way that it's going. This is acting like a damn crazy crypto. Yeah, Rob. I mean, it is what it is, dude. You know, it is what it is. I'm not mad. Mad's not the word. I wasn't mad when I wasn't euphoric when I sold it yesterday either. I was thinking about it yesterday. My emotions have even keeled out very nicely in the last year. So, and my account's in a good place. My account's in a good place, so I didn't I'm not really fighting. Yeah, I'm not really fighting. I'm not jumping back in here either. That's another thing. I did sell the other day on the Friday, wherever that was. I think I sold here and then I ended up buying back the next day at the close when we just went flat. And so I did participate in yesterday's gap, and then yesterday with just the insane day. Um, like I said, I did sell out yesterday. So we'll see what happens with Tesla. I don't know. I'm looking for a base or some kind of consolidation. It's just way too high to get in at this stage of the game. And that's what I've been saying for a minute because it's been too high for a minute. But after yesterday, I don't think the market has seen a stock like Tesla in a very long time. Only some traders that have been around for 15, 20 years um, could see a stock anything like this in a story stock. There's a lot of stocks that make really great moves that aren't story stocks, but this kind of a move out of that kind of a market cap name. Did you look in your backpack? Is it in there? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you still in, Justin? Okay, just watch it throughout the day then, and then if you start to see climactic top action, which I mean we're loosely there. The way this candle's shaking out, we could just. It's hard reconciling that this is 100 plus billion market cap company doing this. That is highly unusual, highly unusual. It's hard to reconcile that with what it looks like. It looks like a stock at $20, and we haven't even hit $100 yet. That's really what it looks like. 138 billion market cap according to FinViz. I don't think it hasn't even put in today's 15% yet. So add 15 on to 138, and that math hurts my head a little bit. But you're looking at additional 17, 19 billion. So you're looking at 157 billion right now for Tesla. It's a little hard to fathom that kind of stock doing that kind of moves. It's pretty unusual. So, but it's nonstop, man. Just amazing. Can't imagine what my options. I didn't look at my options. I didn't look at what they would have done. Bye, babe. Love you. Have a great day. Why are you crying, Bugs? Why are you eating? And you're crying because you're eating chocolate. Why are you eating chocolate?
Just like his mommy.
There you go. Kiss. You gonna eat chocolate? Then stop crying. You can't cry and eat chocolate.
No, you really can't. Come on.
What?
Chocolate makes you stop crying. Come on.
James, you have another jacket on?
He has 2 sweaters.
Okay. All right, there we go. Another new high. Breaking over the overnight high that's going to launch it. Look at that. We're already at average volume, and it's what was that, 16 minutes into the day? Crazy. Let's look at some other stuff. LK up a little bit here today. 8% is not too bad. INMD looks like breaking that wedge. As the market looks like we're going to go back and try to go back into highs after a little consolidation here. Looks like we narrowed up a little bit on the Bollinger Bands. INMD breaking out of this wedge as it broke out of that wedge. Maybe we'll get happy right there. Light. Carvana bouncing really nicely yesterday, continuing this morning with earnings coming up. I can't imagine that won't go into new highs. Yeah, I'm going to get off it for right now, Justin. Coop doing pretty good. Micron, Roku. We've been trying to keep an eye on Roku here. Re-added this to the watch list, and actually we're going to try to break this today, it looks like. We'll see if we're going to get over that hump. On the weekly, Rob, yes. I don't ask me, man. I wish I could have this set to a fixed thing, so every time I reset the chart, it set it, but it doesn't do that, so it is what it is. Tis what it is. JD, happily coming back. Wonder if they already kicked the coronavirus in the butt. Regen, Manitowoc, Crocs, AMD, Frozen. Kind of mentioned a channel there. And my channel line's up here off. I don't know. That's weird. But so far consolidating nicely, not moving lower. Still above the 50-day moving average. So good for AMD. Skyworks, bouncing off the 50-day. Actually, for the first time in a while, this could be a buyable opportunity for Skyworks. Oh, yesterday was on the 50-day. Today we're above it. So we're gapping up a few percent off the 50-day right there. So loosely buyable on the 50-day, but it's already 5% up. You got to pick your poison on that one. Crocs has been making a comeback past couple of years. D-Dog choppy, but trying to move ahead. Excuse me there. AAXN. Remember this one threw us for a loop the other day, or last time. That's because it was forming a small double bottom base and looks like it broke out, and we're trying to break out of the test after the breakout right here. So this one could be in a good spot. Hard to know where that volume steps in. That was yesterday. So volume here today's okay, not great. But that's some good volume stepping in here right now for AAXN. So that's looking pretty good. This one is a long-term turnaround play. So this one could finally get going. It's been a little choppy. If the market goes in fuego, it may not be choppy for long. I'm actually look back into AAXN. Yeah, Tesla above 9. Bastards. So AAXN's pretty good. PayPal also, another payment stock up here. Large cup type of a pattern, although I think, is it too deep for a cup? I don't remember. It is not. So this is a valid cup pattern, and it looks like we have the handle, and we're trying to break the handle today. No, I actually got out yesterday, Christina, on a climax topping day, but apparently those don't matter, so I got out a little bit early. But I made really great money on it, so I can't complain too much. Wait for a consolidation, then I'm going to jump back in again. What's sad, I got from 225 to 750. Or 250 to 750. Can't be too mad about that. Yeah, see, trading isn't a game where you lose and lose and lose. I mean, when you win, you got to celebrate the wins. So that's a win. Now, granted, it's still going. I think this is going past 1,000. I don't think 1,000 is going to stop, but I think it's going to go to 12, maybe 15. Reminds me a bit of Bitcoin in 2013 when it had its rally past 1,000, topped out at 12 or something. So the climax top, yeah, it's such a story, such a story stock. I'm can't wait to get back in it whenever it bases. But look at that on the weekly. My God, man. I mean, crazy. You look at those price targets from some of those analysts who aren't from Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, just trying to rip your face off. You got $6,000 price targets. There's still a lot of room left in this stock. Man. When we get to 1,000, that's going to be the test right there. Yeah, someone raised it yesterday. The quote-unquote reason why it went bonkers yesterday is someone raised their price target to 7,000. So, yeah, see, it looks like a big number, but it just has to do with market cap. That's all it has to do with. Shares outstanding divided by market cap. This only has 177 million shares versus an Apple that has like 4 billion shares. 4.58 billion shares Apple has. Tesla only has 177 million shares. So it's like 40, Apple has like 40x or whatever. Yeah, 40x what Tesla does. So what do we got? We got 177 divided by 4,000 essentially. Yeah, it's like 4%. It's a 40x. It's 40x on shares. Remember I said yesterday, I said put your sell at 950. I didn't listen to myself, but a little bit of distribution there at 940. We'll see what happens. All right, see what else is working. So the Nasdaq's working 1.67%. INMD, like I said, doing pretty good here. A little bit of distribution. AYX, I like the AYX. I got out of that one with my price target intact. Squares 148 is a little extended up here. We had a great day yesterday. Such a great day in Square. Up about 5% from the early buy point of just this little guy right there. But I mean, Square's had a bunch of pocket pivots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pocket pivots since the beginning of the year. So they're taking value where they can get it, and Square is one of the places that they're getting some value because Square has not had a move yet. So I'm pretty deep in Square. I won't say I'm deep. My account basically went up like 50% because of a couple of factors, but Tesla being a large one. So yeah, not such a large part of my account anymore, but Square is a pretty good name and long-term turnaround play. We talked about that one a lot, and it's at basically my break-even point. So if we maintain, this is my break-even point on the Square trade. It's probably a little bit higher than that. Oh no, that's the number. It's an option. Never mind. So yeah, that's about break-even. So I have until June on the Square trade. So if it can get up there, we've got 300% gains on the table. If you guys remember on Square. So that's for it to get up to here. If it gets up to there, I'm not sure if it's heading that direction. We'll just put it that way. And that'll dwarf my Tesla gain. Just that one options play. So I'm not super mad about Tesla. Up 18%, pulling back from 20. So yeah, look for other opportunities right there. But man, see, when you see a name like Tesla though, this is the thing. When you see a name like this, you study this. You study the price action. You can jot down how you're feeling. You can write a book about this, and it will pay dividends the next time you get one of these, which don't come around very often. I mean, you're talking 1 a decade, 2 a decade. You get these types of names. Now, not that the runs, I mean, a 300% or a 200% run in Tesla isn't that bad. Isn't that good either. I mean, to be honest with you, we've seen other stocks, lower cap, mind you, but lower stocks that have had much larger gains. But, you know, something that everyone knows about type of a situation, which Tesla is one of those. Those are really rare. So back down to 900 with a quickness. 950 to 900. But keep in mind, $50 sounds like a lot, but in percentage terms, it's 5%. It's still an aggressive move, but not that aggressive. So I was mentally prepared for this too to gap up, I will say. I was mentally prepared for this thing to move. Always shocking when you see it, though. Always shocking when you see it. But yeah. Okay, so Square's still doing good. Blow off top and crash still. Well, that's why I got out. That's why I got out with my profits. I'm like, this thing's showing, I'm listening to the chart. It's showing, blow off top like signals. And I guess it's possible that it could continue for a couple more, maybe this week, but in time we will crash and form a base of some sort, and then we'll revisit. Well, I'll revisit. All right, so Square, Domino's Pizza bouncing back after, brutal day yesterday. I didn't follow this the rest of the day. That is brutal. 4% for Domino's, so it looks like we're going to go back down a little bit lower. I can probably erase a majority of these targets I had because they're not really valid anymore because you never broke out. Luckily, I didn't buy early. I'll leave it on there for now. That's fine. Okay, what's down here today? Ring down a little bit. Sand down a little bit. Gold taking it on the chin this morning. Although on the daily chart doesn't look like a whole lot. GNC, not too much down. But that market with a 1.69%, that's pretty good on the TQQQ. Well, that's the Nasdaq, so it'd be triple that essentially. All right, Atlassian Team still looking really good. XOM, that's funny, Rob. You mentioned XOM. I saw an article that I did not read yesterday about how the differences in the Tesla and the XOM chart. So, yeah, that's kind of funny, and not a good way if you hold XOM. Yeah, see, old money right here. Tesla's new money. This is old money, old economy. I don't know why this. Maybe just the fact that I mean, when you think about it, when more and more electric cars are on the road, Tesla's going to make 500,000 next year. I think was the target. That's amazing. That's so amazing. We're going to live in a pretty badass world here if you can afford the luxuries of the world. That's the downfall to the world. Hopefully, pay catches up and all that, but we'll see. All right, we were looking at Team. Team here looking really nice. Not quite a long-term base, but a 6-month base on this guy. And has yet to break out. You've got a 28% weekly base here. 28% base on the weekly. I'm not even sure if this has a handle. That would have to be the handle right there, the first red week. That would have to be the handle. So this would have to be your breakout day. And your volume works. So, yeah, I would argue a break of this consolidation for Atlassian could start this thing going. Google down today after earnings? Okay. Yeah, I know. I saw a dude on Twitter post it. Hold on. I got to get my water. Hold on a sec. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so Tesla, 138 billion. Oh, it still says 138 billion, up at 896. So I guess it's 138 billion market cap. Seems more than that though. Google apparently has really bad numbers. I guess that's not too bad. EPS this year's 36, next year's 17. Next quarter, 12%. So it's slowing growth a little bit. Gross margin, 55% gross margin for Google. Holy crap. That is amazing. 55%. Operating margin, 21%. That's that's nuts. That's crazy. But Atlassian here looking pretty interesting. This would be one to keep an eye on, I think. Procter & Gamble. This one also, we've been eyeballing this, brought this back in the ascending triangle. Look at that run up. And it's been basing here going back to almost about 5 months ago, right? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, it's 5 months. So going back about 5 months, and that could be a nice base. It's trying to get up, showing a little bit of resistance right there, but we're not selling off. It's just these moving averages are just squeezing. So it hasn't broken out yet, but when that breaks out, Procter & Gamble could be an opportunity. I still like Okta. Get this off log scale there. I still like Okta around this area as well. Another one of those, this one's about a 7 or 8 month base. Just broke out of that, consolidating above it. I think that one could continue going. Been a little choppy as of late with the market here, but if the market straightens itself out, that could be a good opportunity. I've tried this one once, didn't really quite work out very well. Squareback. So Square holding really nice today. That's really good after such a nice day yesterday. Okta, IPHI. I'm going to take that off of my highlighted list. Okta still there. Procter & Gamble still there. Fortinet. What are you doing today? So you gapped up and then came down. This thing still looks really good. It's just taking a long ass time. That's the bad part about options. That's why I got to buy those far out options. That's why I did so good in 2017, because I just gave my stuff room to run. And yeah, that's why Square's going to do good, because I'm just giving it room to run. I got till June. I'm not rushed. I've had a couple options plays that I bought for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks out, and you feel rushed in them. But when I got 6+ months, I don't feel rushed. That's why you can let the stock maneuver. And I'm not up that much in Square. When you look at Square, I mean, it's had a pretty decent move. When did I get into Square? The last one I bought was 128. So I kind of leveled into this one. So Spotify, okay, yeah, we'll check that out. The last one I bought was here. I can go back and check when the first one I bought was. 115. I just layered into this thing as I had cash. I started out small and just kind of kept buying it. Maybe 115 was the first time I bought it. It's not a horribly long. So yeah, so I bought it right there. Okay. So it's up 17%. I mean, that's a good move right there. But like I said, my option has about a 300% target on it. But I'm up like 60, maybe a little more than that right now. 60%, 80%. I'm up 80% in Square. So by having that really long-term option, I'm not up, 300% right now. But if it fumbles, I'm able to, like here, I bought it here and it fumbled for like a week and a half. If I bought a 4-week option, that would have a hard time recovering, because I bought a 6-month option. It was negligible. So yeah, I like those 6 months. That's what I got to write these down. I think I said that in 2017. Got to take those long-term options. Some guy talked me out of it. Yeah, and then I think I talked myself out of it trying to take some short-term gains. Anyway, that's going to be a new rule for me. 6-month plus options. Spotify, let's check it out. I don't remember what. Oh, it is Spot. Okay. No, we haven't gone to Amazon today. We'll do that in a little bit. Spotify, not a really classical pattern here by a lot of rationales. So there's your IPO. There's your IPO breakout right there. So that goes on to have a pretty good run, and not really, about 18, not quite 20%. And it hasn't really gotten going yet. I'm on the weekly chart. Obviously, you can see my cursor. I'll blow this up for those of you on mobile or whatnot. So, and then we go on to form a base here of 21% with a pretty vertical bottom. Loosely argue that's a double bottom with your buy point right here, actually right there. And again, doesn't go very far, 10%, fails again, and then undercuts the prior. So this is now 0 stage base. There's no base here now. So now you pop up again, and here you have a little cup and a handle. Again, a failed breakout, and now we're basing again. So this one's good to follow. I use Spotify. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I don't know. They're all Pandora, Spotify. The good thing about Spotify is you can type a song in and get the song. With Pandora, if you type in Outkast, it'll bring up Goody Mob. And I'm like, no, I wanted Outkast, you idiot. And it says, no, I think you want Goody Mob because we're a radio. And you get kind of what you want, but not exactly what you want. Anyway. So here now you have a potential first stage cup base with a failed breakout. This is good to watch from here, but so at this stage of the game, what you're building is another base on base pattern. So this being another base. So it's under 15%, so it could be a flat base, but your buy point's at 160 on Spotify. So it's not that it's not that good. It's not broken. It could launch, but it's going to have to break this 160 level, I think, for Spotify. Oh, Yahoo Music? I didn't know about Yahoo Music. That's hard to say. I don't pay for Spotify though. I just listen to it. Sometimes my ears give me problems, so I try to keep it quiet if I can. Let's check out Tesla, 16%, so it backed off from the 900 level. All right, so back to our Beauty Square, which is working out great out of a long-term turnaround play. Fortinet, Domino's Pizza, still in the dumps. And let's go to the global watch list. It's 808. I gotta bounce here in a little bit, unless you guys got something else cool to look at. Oh, Amazon. We were gonna look at Amazon. Read an article the other day about Spotify expanding in Asia, which could be huge. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be big. I guess the thing with that is just, keep an eye on that and see if you have any Asian friends, see if they see Spotify around or something. Because sometimes the services don't translate. The Western companies don't do a good job of translating into, Eastern cultures. Hit the thumbs up. I don't think I've ever asked for that on this live stream. Ever. That's funny. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of don't view it like a normal live stream, but it is a normal live stream. So, yeah, hit the thumbs up button. Everyone that's here every day when you get here, just hit the thumbs up button as a matter of course. Why not? Oh, thanks, Christina. Appreciate that. Yeah, you're always calling out in my my extreme streams, which I don't do a lot of anymore, but you're always one of the ones calling out for that. Appreciate that. Where were we going? Amazon. We're going to go to Amazon. Eli was talking about Amazon. Nice. Yeah, it held that gap nicely yesterday. So yeah, this is another long-term turnaround play. It's really interesting. You look at Apple. Apple already had its go here, and it's already well extended. Talk about a market leader. I mean, I didn't give this its due. I should have just, I don't know. I didn't think Apple was going to do that though. Like, come on, 208 to 327, crazy, just freaking crazy. Go Fed. Microsoft didn't really have a long-term turnaround on it. It just never stopped. But you can see right there up at 178. It's funny. Bill Gates has more of his positions in his charity in Berkshire Hathaway than Microsoft. If he had so much in Microsoft versus Berkshire Hathaway, he'd be worth like 150 billion right now, because Microsoft's just on such fire. It's amazing. I'm so bad in PR. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm horrible in PR. I am. That's why I'll probably never run for the Senate. I do want to run for the House though. I think that'd be fun one day. I don't know if I can do that. That's crazy. It'd be interesting though. Okay, so Microsoft and then Amazon. Again, long-term turnaround play. Facebook, long-term turnaround play. Look at that base right there. Beautiful long-term turnaround. It's testing the breakout point right here, so maybe it's a chance to reload. I actually was in Facebook and I sold it. I think on this day. I don't remember where I sold it, but anyway, I sold it. So maybe time to reload. I don't know if it can hold that low. But I mean, all these companies have monopolies. There's no reason to not do that. Maybe I should. You know what I should do with my PR, Eli? Kind of like I talk about with stocks and trading and everyone. Do it, but just do smaller position sizes. So maybe I should do it. I mean, it's not like it costs me anything. PR is not something that's probably going to cost me subscribers or cost me viewers. I mean, every other idiot does it. I was watching a basketball highlight, and the dude never did like inserted sponsorships, and he just laced one in the middle of the video. And I'm like, oh, that's decently well done. I got to respect the guy for making some money. So maybe I should just do it. Just shill all my stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Real Crypto Power Hour, guys, in the next hour. Real Crypto Power Hour if you guys trade cryptos. I can't do it. But yeah, so Facebook, long-term turnaround play here. Amazon, Tesla was a long-term turnaround play even, believe it or not. Look at that multi-year base breakout at the 4. We didn't talk about it because we already were talking about it, but at the 393 level right there, Facebook, long-term turnaround play, right? I mean, I love these long-term turnaround plays. They're so good. Speaking of which, Netflix, long-term turnaround play. Boom. Today, poking its head out. I wanted to look at this. I forgot about it. mentioned yesterday, I don't have enough model book of these, which I should probably start making a model book to see how these do at the trend line break. This one so far loosely going through it. I mean, kind of in the middle of a stair-step run higher. Moving averages pointed up or above the 200 and the 50. You can see the 200 actually, if you really zoom in on this, the 200 is actually going to get flat for the first time in a while. It's been on a negative sense here, and I think we're flat here on the 200, and we're going to start curling up and going positive on the 200. So that's good. Look at that. Look at that 200 daily moving average. Just basically flat if you take an average of that. Basically flat going to negative, then going back to positive. That could be another nice little secondary indicator for these long-term turnaround plays. I got to model book these, man, because I think they're so powerful, especially when you get options in the mix on these stupid things. Oh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think anyone has this edge on the market. I don't think anyone talks about this. I think I'm the only person that talks about this. So, you want me in the Senate? I don't know. Senate, House, whatever. Either one. I just want to go yell at some powerful people and have like no repercussions. I think that'd be great. Like, no, all you motherfuckers need to be fired. Let's draft a bill right now that puts, I'm going to put term limits up just all the time. I'm going to flood the Senate with term limit bills. Just flood it. Anyway, 8:15. I probably got to bounce. But yeah, so those long-term turnarounds, man, I'm telling you. Bread and butter. Bread and butter right there. And they're, fairly low risk too. I'm going to make a model book of those someday when I have excess time. Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good lately in this stream. I guess the market's more bullish now, so more people are doing it. But yeah, if you guys are new to the stream, I usually see my usual faces talk. If you guys are new to the stream, feel free to say hi. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, spread the videos around too. Let's see if we can get this thing going, and then maybe I won't talk so much about my long-term turnaround plays with everyone once we get more people in here. So, yeah. All right, guys, have a good day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.